Hey guys, welcome back to Critical Flick. Today I'm going to be talking about episode 8 of the Righteous Gemstones on HBO. So, as I've said before, I am absolutely loving this series. It is growing on me more and more with every episode, and I loved this episode. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I thought the way they handled the really intensity of the things going on, they had all these things unraveling so quickly. I thought that every character had a great moment to shine, and having every gemstone deal with the ramifications of what they've done, I thought was handled really well. Judy obviously trying to go crawling back to BJ was a hilarious scene, her there, and just her going completely insane. And that's the thing about this show. I love how it takes something that's somewhat serious, it's a relationship. She wants to get back to him, and she's struggling because she was left by baby Billy. And then her just going nuts in a parking lot with the soundtrack they added to it, the filming camera style of like the GoPro on the front of it. I love that they're able to take more serious events and just turn them on their head and make them absolutely ridiculous. Speaking of people finally getting their due here, Jesse Gemstone finally exposing who he is and exposing all his friends around him. That was a really intense scene, and having his wife go in there and just totally finally lose it. This woman who has been standing behind him, standing beside him, just taking it for all these years, it seems like, finally going after him and just actually shooting him. I mean, I didn't see that coming, but that was some pretty intense stuff. Also, having Gideon kind of protect his father was something that I thought was really heartfelt. And like I said previously, the fact that they're able to take these really heartfelt moments, like Gideon and his father finally, saying they love each other and they appreciate what they did, and Jesse Gemstone understanding what he did wrong and kind of trying to repent for his sins in a way and exposing himself, and then having that just totally go against him. He thought it was going to work out really well. And the scenes with him when he's watching it and he's trying to justify all his horrible actions, there was just a lot of comedy in this episode. The scene in particular that really had me laughing, to be honest with you, is Keith when he is in the pool. Kelvin is just trying to tell him to go. We have an Old Yeller moment where Kelvin's like, I'm a horrible person. Just get out of here. I don't care about you anymore. I want you to leave. I don't deserve to have you around. And Keith not wanting to go, looked like he was going to cry. And at the end of the episode, when he's crying driving down the street, just some really quality comedy acting in this episode. It felt like it was a lot of improv. Like they just let these guys just act totally ridiculous. There's a lot of riffing back and forth between the siblings specifically in a scene. It feels so unscripted. I know it's obviously scripted and written by some really good comedy writers, but in a way it feels like these guys are just, it's so natural and it's so funny the way that they play off of each other. But we do have some serious moments. We have a scene where Eli's breaking down saying, he can't do this without his wife. He's struggling. And that's something we haven't seen from him. He's very stoic. He kind of keeps that to himself, keeps it very personal. But him crying in front of Kelvin, I think we could see a little bit more family unity coming in the last episode. And the opening of this episode, insane. How we have baby Billy. He just cracks me up when he's on scene. And this, I won't obviously talk about it on here, but what was going on, his commentary about the event was so funny. And then how it just leads in this over the top where they kill Scotty. And I will say, the fact that they killed Scotty so unceremoniously and it just kind of ends and he's just dead, I don't know. Maybe they need to wrap up that storyline really quickly. I felt like we could have had a little bit more to it. Maybe he'd have a confrontation with Baby Billy, something really funny. But obviously now I think we're going to see that Baby Billy is going to have to be taken down by the Gemstones. And maybe he's going to take the fall for all of it. Now that the van has been found in the water, I mean, it's going to obviously link back to him. And I don't know how they're going to handle that whole part of the show. Maybe it is going to end with Baby Billy taking the fall for the whole thing and the Gemstones coming together as a family, especially since Judy just got dropped by him. I don't know. I'm really interested to see how it plays out. I think we could have a really excellent finale because I thought this was a really good episode. So all in all, I really enjoyed this episode of The Righteous Gemstones. I think every episode I've enjoyed so far. This is one of my favorites. Where do you think the storyline is going to go? Do you think we've seen the last of Gideon? He's actually just officially gone and out. Do you think that Baby Billy's going to take the fall for it? Do you think that the Gemstones are going to come together and they're going to unite and they're going to, overcome all these odds that are against them right now? Because I don't know. At the end of the day, this show does seem like a main theme of it is forgiveness and seeing people who can make up a difference for who they are as terrible people, maybe become nice people. Jesse Gemstone has had a really good arc, a better arc than probably people will give him credit for in this series. Danny McBride playing the end of just a pompous, horrible person to a guy who's a really heartfelt family man towards the end of the season. I don't know. I want to see a good payoff. I think that we should have a good payoff for these characters. So again, thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. Leave those comments below. and see you next time.